Hello, everybody. It's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and I just got back from watching NXT Takeover Chicago. It just ended about technically 45 minutes ago. Walk Brandon off and just talking to a few friends before I get this review started. Like I said, we just got back from Chicago, and holy crap, this was a awesome show. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. I think honestly was probably the best takeover we've had in a very long time. Usually takeovers were usually good, but not great. I think this was the great. This was a takeover that was great. I would say probably the last NXT takeover that was actually legit great. I would probably say that was actually legit great. I think it was probably Takeover Dallas. I think in my perspective, I think Takeover Dallas, I think would be the last great NXT. And after that, they were just good. Not bad or anything. They were just good. They were watchable at best. But this one was actually great. It was actually way better than I thought. But that doesn't mean everything on the show was spot on perfect. That doesn't mean every match was amazing. But I want to go ahead and give my thoughts on still this overall product of NXT because like I said, I did promise you guys I was doing a review for NXT. So let's go ahead and talk about NXT here. So we had the opening contest. It was Roderick Strong defeating Eric Young, seeing 1-1 match. This was the match that was put in last minute. It was the supposed filler match. Roderick Strong. First, Eric Young, the Sandy came out. Strong ended up coming out last, but he attacked Wolf and Killian Dane, aka Big Damo. I'm always going to call him Big Damo. And attacked them, so stay 1-1, but didn't stay 1-1 for long. Of course, they got involved quite a few times. Eric Young and Roderick Strong had a good back and forth match. I thought it was a pretty solid opener to start the show. Chicago was pro Roderick Strong's match, which was great. Roderick Strong ended up winning with I think it was like a suplex into a backstabber. I forgot what that move's called. But it looks sick. Strong ended up winning, which did kind of surprise me. I figured Eric Young would have won, but it's kind of good though. They're pushing Roderick Strong now, and this could be indication that Roderick Strong could be in contention now to fight for the NXT Championship later down the line, which I would be totally fine with. And who knows, maybe he could be the one to become the next champion, which I would be totally up board. And I think that was one of the reasons I wasn't as big on Roderick Strong was the lack of build with him. And with them showing these, the promo vignettes of his live and getting to know him, I think that's what we were missing. It's more character from. Else, I think we were missing was character from him. He was always a good performer, but there's something lacking. I think it was character. So now with the character and everything, I think we can start getting behind him now, which is a good thing because we want to get behind Strong. We want to like Strong. And I believe now Strong is well built. They just need to continue building him up. And who knows, maybe he will win and become the next NXT champion, but we'll see what happens with that. Next match, we got Pete Dunne defeating Ty Bate for the United Kingdom Championship. Before I continue on with this match, I want to say the United Kingdom Championship might as well be your NXT mid-card belt. I honestly think that. I think this should be the mid-card belt for NXT and everything. So I honestly do think that because you want this time to get more exposure. I mean, doing these UK weekly shows is a good start, but I honestly think we should start defending the United Kingdom Championship on NXT shows. And I honestly think that. So, with that being said, let's move on. Hands down match of the night. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people, when they first saw this match, are probably thinking, it'll be good. It'll be watchable. You know, that they're obviously more focused on the ladder match and everything, and probably Rude and Tommy. You know, it was probably going to be that match. I was just like, it's there, whatever. But they tore the house down. So many things happened in this match. I don't even remember. All to say is that counters, flips, storytelling, close finishes. Both guys looked like $1,000,000. And after this match, the crowd was behind both of these guys. They love Ty Bate. They love Pete Dunne. Clearly, though, Dunne at the beginning was the clear favorite. But Tyler Bate, I think, won Chicago's heart, and Chicago really made this match even better with their standing ovation. And this match was almost 20 minutes. It honestly felt a little longer than that, so I was quite surprised. But by the time it got, they still showed. It was hands down match of the night, and it definitely broke that record for tag team matches being match of the night. However, the main event was very close to being match of the night. It was a very great match, and I'll get into that match later on. But Pete Dunne ends up winning the match, which I'm totally fine with. I kind of expected it to happen. Pete Dunne's a top heel now for the United Kingdom Championship, and now it gives the opportunity for more people to come and challenge for the title. Maybe Trent Sevens could get a shot. Maybe a Wolfgang. Maybe some of the other guys in the UK. Maybe even Mark Andrews, because Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne had a great match in the UK tournament. So that's a potential match they can do. So when it comes to that, I think the United Kingdom Championship should be defended. It should be defended on NXT Takeover. So it should be defended from time to time on NXT regular shows as well. Get the time more exposure. Get these guys more exposure as well, because these guys all are great athletes and everything. So I honestly think this was an amazing match, and I know there's going to be people out there, that think that these are just two vanilla ninjas that can't wrestle with no character. And that's your opinion. But the bottom line is, the fact is, this was match of the night. I was thoroughly impressed by both guys. Both guys deserved respect from me and everybody in that arena and all over the world. It was fucking incredible. And Pete Dunne, I'm happy for him. And like I said, the only thing I want is just more exposure for a United Kingdom Championship and more exposure to that. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Next, Asuka defeated Ruby Riott, Nikki Cross in a triple threat match for NXT Women's Championship. This match was okay. I'm not saying this match was shit, but it did feel like there were a few botches. It did feel a little slow. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, the original plan was to be a fatal four-way with Ember Moon, but unfortunately, Ember Moon suffered that. I think it was a shoulder injury, so she couldn't compete in the match, which really sucks, because for all we know, if they would have added Ember Moon in the match, maybe the match would have been 1,000 times better. I think this one was pretty predictable. Asuka ended up winning. Not really surprised there. I don't think Ruby Riott or Nikki Cross are great, although I love Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott starting to get more exposure. I mean, I'll say this: the crowd loved Ruby Riott tonight. Chicago was fully behind Ruby Riott tonight. But Asuka ended up winning. Now, I believe her streak, she beat Goldberg's streak, if I'm not mistaken. I think Asuka did beat Goldberg's streak, which is awesome. So she's officially the most dominant woman on the planet, or at least or at least in the modern era. She still has not been pinned or submitted. She hasn't lost a match yet, which is really good. Prediction is, I think Asuka and Ember Moon are going to have a rematch in the next TakeOver event. I still think Asuka will retain there. And then my next prediction after that will be whoever wins this 32-woman tournament is going to face Asuka for the title. And then whoever that person is will beat Asuka. And then that will make Asuka go to the main roster immediately after that loss. After her first loss on NXT, she'll officially go to the main roster from there. That's what I've been hearing, and in my opinion, makes a lot of sense. So again, this match was just okay. It was definitely watchable, but I've seen way better women's matches. I would say Asuka and Ember Moon at the last takeover was definitely a little bit better, although that match was just good as well. But it's just kind of nice to get Ruby Riott Nikki Cross some time on the takeover. But again, you may never know how this match would have been if they added Ember Moon, stuck with the original plan being a fatal 4-way. So overall, congrats to Asuka. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross will now have a rivalry maybe in the next takeover. Get their rivalry out of the way. One sec, guys. I gotta get going. Cat in the back room is meowing like crazy and driving me insane. Stop it. Sorry about that, guys. My cat was meowing in the back. It was really getting on my nerves. So let's see here. What match are we on next? Yeah, Bobby Roode versus Hideo Itami for NXT Championship. Now, I'm surprised they didn't put this as the main event. I figured this was going to be a main event because usually they put the NXT title on last, but from what we got in the main event, I'm kind of happy they didn't put this as the main event. Again, this match was very solid, but it wasn't anything amazing. Was it cool seeing Hideo Itami get a shot title? Yeah. But it was just okay. Again, it was a watchable match. It wasn't bad or anything, but it was, you could tell the crowd was kind of dead until the last 5 minutes of the match. Hideo definitely did look strong in this match. He definitely dominated most of the match, I would say. Targeting the arm of Bobby Roode then, trying to counter, trying to survive. Hideo hurt his ankle, selling the ankle. He hit Glorious DDT, kick out, GTS, and rollout. The only thing I'll say the cool ending was when Roode finally hit the counter the GTS, hit the Glorious DDT, but held on and then hit another one. Pinned in 1, 2, 3. So Roode's still champion, which I'm fine with, but I can understand why people are starting to get a little bored of him. There hasn't really been anything very unique with they're doing Bobby Roode. Again, Bobby Roode was never really one of my favorites, but he is still good. I think he's good on the mic, but I just think his mic work right now is kind of a little stale. Not terrible, but just stale, and I think his run right now is a little boring. And I can understand why people are already thinking that. Hopefully, the next takeover, maybe Roderick Strong could get the opportunity. Maybe he'll take the belt off Roode. So Roode ends up defeating Hideo Itami, which was kind of expected. A lot of people were kind of split if Hideo was going to win or not. But it was still a solid match. It wasn't anything spectacular, but I am glad they put the main title as a semi-main event, because the main event, there's a reason why they put the tag titles last. Next, we got the ladder match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. It was the Authors of Pain defeating DIY. First of all, I heard the rumor that this match was canceled. And the rumor reason why it was possibly canceled was because, if you guys didn't know, Ciampa hurt his ankle or his leg during a live show a couple nights ago, and everybody was already scared, like, oh no, he's not going to be able to compete in the match. Everybody was scared this match was going to get canceled. But thankfully, it did not. We still got this match, and it was the last match. So it did surprise me this match was the main event, but at the same time, compared to the Roode Hideo Itami match, I would put this match as the main event for obvious reasons. I would say right now the best ladder match in NXT history. That's not me bluffing. In terms of NXT, I want to specify the best ladder match on NXT. Not the greatest ladder match of all time, but the greatest ladder match on NXT. Because this is the only third ladder match they've done, and the first for tag team titles. Great spots by all 4 of these guys. All of them tore it up. like I said, this was an awesome match. It was a great match, but Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate still stole show my opinion. Even Brandon, when we were talking outside, because he's a big ladder match buff. He was talking. He actually said that the ladder match was great, but Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate stole the show, and that match was awesome. So he admitted. And keep in mind, Brandon never even heard of Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate. Now he's gonna go home thinking, yeah, I love both these guys. He was thoroughly impressed with both of them. But ladder match was great. I love the story telling it. Gargano and Ciampa being the underdogs, trying it so hard to get those titles, but being too short. One of my favorite spots was when the Authors of Pain were gonna ram a ladder into Ciampa's face, but Gargano shoved him out of the way and he took the blow instead. You see Ciampa, it looked like Ciampa was gonna be too busy trying to carry his friend. Kind of care for his friend, and that was gonna cost him the belts, but got back into it. Another spot I really liked when what was it? The Authors of Pain bridged the ladders on the barricade. There's 12-foot ladder on each side of the barricade on the ring apron to barricade entranceway, and then a big ladder match set up in an A position in the center of it. And the Authors of Pain where each member was lying down on the ladder, bridge ladder. Ciampa Gargano climbed the middle ladder. They all stay on one side, then they do a splash each time. Ciampa got the best one. Gargano didn't connect with his all the way. It said it was the knees to the gut, which stuff like that's going to happen, but holy crap. A great spot right there. Another amazing spot. I think this might have been a first time ever. Now, what I mean by that is the spot may not, I think they might have done this spot before. I'm not too sure. I think the spot might be new, but it was what happened after that. I think it was brand new. I think it was again, I don't remember which member. I don't know if it was Akam or Razor, but one of the members of Authors of Pain was climbing the ladder. I thought Ciampa was gonna powerbomb him on the ladder in the corner, but instead he deadlifts into a German suplex, Germans him off the ladder through the bridge ladder. Now, I think we never seen that spot. I don't think on WWE programming anyway. So I thought that was a cool spot. It was what happened to the ladder. As soon as he hit the ladder didn't break. The thing snapped off in half. You can see the sawdust come out. You see the end of the ladder fly off. That thing didn't just break like it bent, break in half. It literally, it was so impactful. The half the ladder flew a few inches away from the other side of the ladder. It completely ripped off the other end of the ladder. It just snapped completely in half. So it's almost like two pieces of a ladder. As you can tell, in a lot of ladder matches, you see when people go through it, you see the ladders kind of break. You see them break, but they don't completely snap off. Usually, they kind of go from the bridge position to the V. I like to call it the V position when they break. This one completely snapped off. Now, if you could let me know in the comments if that ladder spot has never been done where a ladder completely breaks in half where the other piece flies off, comment down below. Let me know. I'm really curious about that. With that being said, though, at the end of it, Gargano and Ciampa had the titles, but Akam and Razor did their roaring buckle power bombs, tag team maneuver. They climbed the ladder and retrieved the titles. Of course, DIY is in center ring. Kind of looks like they're bowing now. My friend Brad actually pointed this out, thinking, I think this might be their last takeover. They're going to the main roster. I was thinking, yeah, I think you might be right. And they're going out the ring. They're on the entranceway. They're going to leave, but everybody kind of expected this. There was a rumor going around this was going to happen, and that rumor came true. Ciampa ended up turning on Gargano. Ciampa's now officially heel. Ciampa ended up attacking Gargano. Knee striking him in a few times. Got an announce table, grabbed him in the white noise position, and jumped off the announce disc on the ramp and crashed through a bunch of tables and equipment. Gargano solved it like a god, like he fucking died, and you see just Ciampa on the announce table, just sitting on the desk, just looking on the almost like a sick pleasure of what he did. Everybody expected this to happen. I know Noah was not a fan of this because he really liked DIY. I love DIY. I personally wouldn't mind seeing this breakup. I think, in my personal opinion, they broke out a little too soon. But now this gives an opportunity for a new storyline for NXT. And I'm predicting right now Gargano Ciampa at the next Takeover for the rivalry match. And if it's anything like we saw the Cruiserweight Classic, they will steal the show. Now, I think it was bound to happen. They always teased it, and now it's official. Everybody was shocked about it. It got a great reaction, though. But overall, I thought the ladder match was awesome. It was a great match. One of the better ladder matches I've seen in a while. Just to comment one last time to Susanna Molina. Susanna Molina. She asked, did Hideo won? Unfortunately, he did not. Bobby Roode ended up retaining the title. If you want to know about that. But overall, I just want to rank the matches. So Roger Strong, Eric Young was good. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate was 5 stars. Oscar, Ruby Riott, Nikki Cross was okay. Rudin, Hideo Tai was okay. And then Austin Payne and DIY was another great ladder match. So honestly, there are still, even with a few okay matches, it was still a great show overall. I think the Pete Dunne, in my personal opinion, the Offensive Pain match, I think overshadowed the entire show from being just good. Just because those matches were that great. Usually the last couple takeovers, you get a great match, and then you get the rest of the cards either are just good or okay. This, we had an amazing UK match, and then we had another awesome ladder match, and then you got a good solid opener for Eric Young and Ron Shaw. I think that's an underrated match. And then you got Oscar Rude, which I think, in my personal opinion, were the only okay matches. Sorry, that's my cat meowing in the background, so I guess she wants out. She's one. If you want to know, guys, my cat's very picky. We put her in the back room, then she wants out. So I put her in my room, and then she wants out. We put her back room, she wants out. She's very nitpicky. So I apologize for the meowing in the background. But anyways, this video is going to end off anyway. I'm going to end this video off. I still think the show was great. I'm going to rate it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Just due to the fact there was 1,000 more positives than the last couple of takeovers. The last couple of takeovers have been good, but not great. I think this was the first ever great takeover in a long while. A lot of more positive, and of course, Chicago made a lot better. I would say, besides the 2 title matches being okay, the only other nitpick I had, no Adam Cole. That's right, guys. Adam Cole was not at the show. It sucks, yes, but it is what it is. So I don't know what they're going to do. But one thing I am excited for is Patrick Clark's going to be debuting on Wednesday in NXT, which I'm really looking forward to. I really hope they give him a push because I'm a fan of Patrick Clark, and I hope he does well. Again, if you don't know who he is, he was what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I'm looking at the comments. It kind of threw me off. Patrick Clark. If you don't know who Patrick Clark is, he was on Tough Enough. He was one of the guys that should have won the thing, but he didn't, unfortunately. He's the big. He was kind of the. If you saw him, he's the black guy. He was very built. He had the charisma and everything. He had really good ring talent. He's been on a few takeovers. I even got, I think, a live entrance of him on my NXT San Jose vlog from October last year. The crowd loved him, calling him Purple Rain and everything. So, although you may not like the gimmick, I think he's a great athlete. I really hope he does well on NXT. Like I said, I'm not, like I said, just to clarify, the gimmick of Patrick Clark is what it is. I'm not usually fond of those gimmicks, but I am a fan of Patrick Clark in general, so I hope he does well. And who knows, maybe the gimmick will work for him. So I just hope nothing but for the future of Patrick Clark. I really want to see that guy succeed. But the one question I will answer is Zubar the Terrace. Obviously, we know what that nickname is for. I'm not going to go into detail about that. What was your favorite NXT Takeover? I would say the first Takeover Brooklyn. That was the one where I became a fan of women's wrestling again. That was me personally because that was one of the, I would say that was my favorite. Just, I think it was the first ever Takeover that actually got me emotional. It made me like 100% fan of wrestling. I mean, you had, Blake and Murphy versus Buffins, which was an underrated tag match. You had Samoa Joe Barricone, which was just okay. You had Apollo Crews' debut, which was a great debut for him against Ty Dillinger. Of course, Bayley and Sasha Banks. Do I really need to say anything about that match? Best women's match by far of all time, WWE. I'm sticking with it. Of course, you got Finn Balor, Kevin Owens in a live match as well, which was also another great match as well. So I will honestly say Takeover Brooklyn was my favorite show. And I might even consider doing Takeover re-reviews as well, like WrestleMania. And I honestly want that. I want takeovers to be on DVD now. I want petition. I want people. I want this to get noticed. I want the takeovers on individual DVDs. I will buy all of them. No joke. I will buy the NXT Takeover because again, whether we have a few good matches or a few mid matches, there's never been a bad takeover. There's always either been a good or awesome takeover. There's never been a bad takeover. Maybe a mid takeover, but that's for personal opinion on some people. But either than that, I'm going to end this video off. Like I said, great takeover. A lot of great matches on the show, some solid matches. Obviously, some surprises, kind of. Just a reminder, guys, there will be, I repeat, there will be an WWE Backlash live reactions tomorrow. They will probably be uploaded by, I would say either Monday or Tuesday. I'm probably going to say Tuesday just to be on the safe side. So stay tuned for that. There will be a Backlash review tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for that. Brandon, Captain Essel will be at Backlash. I believe my friend Scott, that's been a few live reactions, will be there. And newcomer to the live reactions is Console Kid 14 himself, Noah Watts. He will be making his debut. We will meet in the first time in person, and we'll be watching Backlash together. So I'm really looking forward to Backlash. I know some people are kind of iffy on Backlash, but I think I'm one of the few that's really looking forward to this. Just due to the fact it's something, it feels fresh. But again, that's my personal opinion. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. But either that, last time, Backlash review and live reactions will be coming up. So either that, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down below. Tell me what are your thoughts about this takeover, and what are your thoughts about Backlash tomorrow. Give me your thoughts. That being said, thank you for watching this video or listening to this video, however you want to view it as. Take care, all my peeps, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Backlash review, and then a couple days after that for the Backlash live reactions.